That was abrupt, huh?
Yeah, no warning, no nothing. We're just gonna plunge and jump right on in. Yeah, okay. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Sister Series. We are two sisters navigating what it means to be Black women and living and existing in the world today. I'm Mariah.
And I'm Elise.
And we are so happy that you have stepped into our suite. If y'all didn't know, that's what we're calling our space. This is a suite, okay? You're welcome. You've been invited.
Yeah.
Elise, how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
It's been good. I'm literally every time I say I'm great. Am I great? Who knows?
Low-key
I'm
falling
still
apart.
alive. And that is all that matters really at this point. I want to point out that it is Autism Awareness Month. And so I have my
Period.
autism shirt on. It also has something to do with our topic today. But I just want to shout out all my autism warriors out there. Autism Awareness Month. You matter. You're not different. You are just unique.
Period. And we love unique over here in the
Yes.
suite, okay?
Absolutely.
Because both of us are unique in our own way.
Who is? Absolutely. How are you, sister?
You know what? I am good. I don't know. Like, I feel like if the world is not literally falling apart and I'm still breathing, I got good health, then I'm good, you know. So, yes, I'm good. That is where we are today.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm going to adjust my camera really quickly. There we go.
Okay, and I am going to jump right into our candid conversation, which honestly, I didn't know that Elise was going to drop that little plug for autism, but this is perfect because she also doesn't know what I'm going to talk about for this candid conversation. But it's about advocacy. So I know y'all see people advocating on like a global scale, maybe in the government, but I'm going to talk about advocating in your own backyard or like in your own four walls or between your own four walls. Are you between or are you in your four walls?
In between.
In between your own four walls.
Because is in between only down to 2 walls, or are you in between 4 walls? What's the rule?
I don't know.
Yes. See?
Right? So whatever she said, in your own house. For me, I'm coming from the parent perspective, and I think I'll talk about this more one day when I get like more answers and stuff, but I want everybody to lean into your advocacy season. Advocating for people can be hard. As a mother, I have found myself having to advocate for my kids numerous amount of times, but especially at school. I feel like, you know, we send our kids to school, we pay taxes. There are certain things that we should be getting in return. And by we, I mean like our kids. So I've been on this advocacy journey for a good minute. And, you know, it's not easy. But at some point, we were all advocated for. And at some point, we are going to have to advocate for somebody else. And I said it ties into what Elise was talking about, Autism Awareness Month, because those kids need to be advocated for as well. It's so important. And it's not just like a parent advocating for a kid. You may be a spouse advocating for your husband or wife. You could be a child advocating for your parent. In some capacity, at some point in life, you're going to have to be an advocate. And I just want us to lean into that because some people don't have people to advocate for them. And it's so important.
That's right. And also in your with your health. When you're at the doctor and you may feel like the doctors are not really taking your concerns seriously. That's what I've had to learn with me and my husband. You know, we've had to go in there and really go to bat for ourselves with some of these doctors. Just because they are the doctor doesn't mean that you can't, you know, speak up about the things that you're concerned with. So I like that.
I work in the healthcare field and I see patients, and one of the first things or the last things I ask, it depends on how the conversation flows, but I ask, like, is there anything else that you wanted to touch on?
Right.
Because I can go in with my agenda and knowing what I want to change or what I want to address, but I want to make sure that I'm also touching on whatever they came to see me for, because I might not know. But I think it's important for you to verbalize it, and sometimes it takes courage. Like, it's not easy to advocate all the time, especially at a doctor's office, because you're like, the doctor knows everything, right? Like, they're supposed to
Yeah.
know how to help me, but I think you have to be courageous in whatever space you're advocating for and just stick to it,
Yeah.
because you deserve answers. You deserve whatever it is that you're looking for.
That's absolutely correct, sister.
And that is my candid conversation, y'all. It feels like it got super serious, but no,
Yeah,
I just felt really passionate about it, and I
it's
wanted
all
to mention
true.
it. Today, our topic, though, is, I think it's kind of a fun topic. We might be here all night, but
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
not.
yeah.
We are going to talk about, if it wasn't this, it would be that, and
Yeah.
as it relates to our careers.
Mm-hmm.
So, Elise, I want you to tell us what you do now, what you thought you were going to do when you were younger, and
Mm-hmm.
whether or not your passion has changed or you've discovered a new passion. Did you get burned out? Like, all the things. Take it where you want it.
Yes, ma'am. So I work in the educational field. What? I'm over here trying to get comfortable in my new seat, y'all.
Yes,
I'm very country.
ma'am.
I bought one of this is off topic, but I bought one of these TikTok chairs, and so I'm over here trying to figure out: do
Oh,
I want to lean back and look like a big slob, or do I
what
want to
is the
sit up
TikTok chair?
nice? One of those. Can y'all see one of those big? I call it the big back chair, but
Uh,
it's like an oversized chair, so that I could be comfy when recording. But I don't like looking like this, like I'm leaning back. Like that's why I keep looking
need to
down.
readjust.
I wanna sit. I'm working on posture, so I'm trying to sit more comfortably. So I have readjusted myself about 10 times while Mariah has been talking, but I think this is the
That's your
winner until
business.
until my butt starts to hurt, and then we'll readjust after that. But anywho, I work in the education field. I
Mhm.
taught for 7 or 8 years. I don't remember.
Woo.
And then I moved into an office position where I work with the compliance side of special education, the whole umbrella of special education, and the compliance side of state testing for an elementary school. And I don't know what I wanted to do when I was little. I never grew up saying I was going to be a teacher. I never grew up saying I was going to do this one thing. I literally was kind of like what I do now. I was living life day by day.
When you went to
And
college, though,
just
did you know what you wanted to major in?
okay, so I went to college with a major, but we know my college, the people that know me.
What did
People
you
that
major?
know
What did
me,
you go in as?
I went in with biology. I went in biology.
I'm
Here's
I'm a
here's
head up.
I'm about to go off. Here's another thing. We need to stop making these 18-year-old children have to make a choice when you're
Oh
going
my
into college.
gosh.
Like, I guess I could have went in undecided, but the pressure,
It's so much pressure.
the
My
pressure.
12-year-old will randomly be like, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
See,
Like, I still
the
don't know what I
pressure,
want to be. It's fine.
literally the pressure is so overwhelming for these fresh out of high school kids
Yeah.
thinking that they have to go into college with it all mapped out and
Yeah.
know exactly what's going to come next is so crazy and dumb, if you ask me. But
It
anywho,
is.
I should have went into college undecided. I really should have stayed home and went to community college and did my
Mhm.
prereqs, and
Mhm.
then got a little maturity under my belt, and then went on to figure out. But by the time I got my prereqs done, I still didn't know what I wanted to do.
But do you feel like when you go in undecided, do you feel like it delays graduation? Like, when you go in with a
No.
plan, you stick to it?
Well, some people it does, but someone like me who probably had undiagnosed ADHD, well, who had undiagnosed ADHD as a,
Mhm.
freshman in college, someone like me who was all over the place, I didn't really know. I just went in thinking, "Oh, I'm supposed to do this. I need
Right.
to do this to get a good job to survive in life."
Mhm.
Where now that I think about it, I kind of wish I had a broader scope of things. I wish I had a bigger picture. I don't want to say bigger picture, but I wish I would have thought outside the box, because if I
Yeah.
would have thought outside of the box, I probably would have gone into video production or
Yeah.
something of that. Or I probably would have moved to California to be a showrunner or
Listen.
things like this. I didn't think that broad. I didn't think that.
Yeah.
I just thought I need to go, get a
But you
regular
know
job.
what? Our generation, or like maybe our parents' generation, I feel like for me anyway, it was, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer, you need to be XYZ so you can be successful, make a good living so you won't
Right.
struggle. It was never like, oh, you like to write? Go be a journalist, go be a writer. Oh, you like to
Mm-hmm.
draw? Go major in, I don't know, art, or go be
Right.
an art
Right.
teacher
Go
or
work
some
for
type of
Disney.
creator.
Go
Yeah,
be a creator for Disney.
no. And
None of that.
I don't know if it's the Black experience. Because
Yeah.
I can't speak to the other experience, but it was very much so, these top whatever jobs, these top 5 jobs will guarantee you some stability
Yes.
and some
They always
happiness.
used to say,
They
You will
lied.
always need a nurse. You will always need a teacher. You will always,
Yes, yes.
and you will always need a video production person, or you will always need this. So
And
to
those
go back
big
to
oil companies gonna always need an accountant. Why didn't you tell me to go
period.
be an accountant?
Listen, well, I can't speak on that because Jackie did tell me to go. Jackie did say that. I didn't listen, but
Anyway, they didn't tell
but
me.
listen, I would have gone into finance if I was smart, just like
Listen,
my brother.
I always tell people, and I don't know why it's an accountant. Like, I'm pretty good at math for sure, but
Mm-hmm.
I always say, like, I should have been an accountant. But I think it's because in my field, so I'm a nurse practitioner, started out as a nurse, and you have a lot of face-to-face interaction with patients, families, administration, like you name it. And in my
Mm-hmm.
head, an accountant has like a penthouse like office,
Yeah.
private office by themselves. They don't have to talk to a lot of people, and they
Yeah.
just get their work done, make their money, go home. So I'm always
Yeah.
like, I should have been an accountant.
It's real boring. My mom is an accountant, and
Uh-huh.
she's a accountant in a male dominated field. She
Yeah.
works in oil and gas, but
Mm-hmm.
revenue of oil
Yeah.
and gas. And so I could not, growing up, I could not envision myself sitting in an office at a computer, even though my mom be having a good time at work with her little coworkers. But I could not
Not her
imagine
little
myself.
coworkers.
I mean, they
They be having
cool.
color parties. I saw
Yes.
them on Facebook.
She'd be like, we went for lunch today, did this and that. I was like, girl, I get 30 minutes. I get 30 minutes for
And you
lunch.
better clock out for it, or you're going to
Okay.
get fired.
But I could not see myself sitting in an office typing all day, just not I could not, back then, could not see myself doing that. Now
Yeah.
I would pay big money to be locked in
Yeah.
my office and be able to focus on my work all day without being
Yeah.
bothered.
I
That
think
is
it's
my
the
dream.
same. Like, I am a homebody at my core. I can be alone. I remember at one unit that I worked on, I had a ton of friends, but they would be like, "Are you an only child? Like, we can never find you. Like, you're always off by yourself." And I'm like, "No, I'm the baby though. So like, we just gotta survive how we
Yeah.
survive." But I'm
Yeah.
okay being alone. I'm okay like not talking. But then
Yeah.
I also talk a lot, so it's like you get one or the other with me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think after working, I guess, would it be a public facing job,
Mm-hmm.
or like
Mm-hmm.
interacting with people so much? I can
Yes.
definitely imagine having my own office.
Yeah.
Give me my task. I will check off my little check boxes, and then I'm going home.
Yeah. It's so nice. Today this year has been, I guess I should take it back to, I guess I should go back to your question, because we're going to take off and we're going to skip a whole portion. So let's go back to the
Okay.
main portion of the question. I taught for 7 or 8 years, and then I switched into an office position, like I said. And I wanted to mention that the office position, there are days when I do, very rarely, like the last 2 days, I have not had any meetings, parent facing meetings. And I have been able to sit at my computer and get so much work done. And it
Yeah.
has been absolutely amazing. But I don't know if I could do that every single day. That's the point I wanted to make. But we're going to get back to it down the line. Going back to passion, teaching was not my passion. Teaching fell into my lap.
Okay.
I always had jobs working with children. I
Mhm.
did, like when you were in high school, I was never, as a senior, I would leave school at like
Yeah.
12 and I would go work at a after school program for like
Mhm.
this program at school. And then I had jobs at daycares. All my jobs, I worked at La Cantera in San Antonio. San Antonio was a resort in the kids' place. It was
Oh, I
so
was
my
like, "What
favorite
is
job
that?"
to this day. It's a resort in San Antonio, and I worked in the kids' place. Everything was with kids, and
Mhm.
so eventually I was like, girl, just go be a teacher. My dad would always be like, just you need to be a teacher. This is what you
He
do.
said,
You
"Please just do something
you just
predictable,
go be,
please."
yes. So I went and I graduated, and then I went to an alternative certification. I got my teaching and I started teaching. But I would
Mhm.
not say that that was my passion. I would say that teaching helped me find my passion, because if I wouldn't
Okay.
have become a teacher, I wouldn't have found my passion. And so my passion, I know for sure, is students with special needs,
Mhm.
particularly students with autism. I
Okay.
love I love trying to figure out how the brain of an autistic person works, because there is not one autistic person that is the same. Not
Yes.
one. And so I would, if I was able to drop everything today and change my route, I would
Mhm.
go do something fully engulfed in the autism field, maybe autism research, maybe
Mhm.
something with ABA. I'd maybe go be a BCBA, which is a behavior type
Yeah.
person. Something in that field dealing with autism,
Mhm.
or I would become an LSSP, which is a school psychologist. And they
Oh,
deal with
yeah.
all of those things,
Mhm.
including determining if a student is eligible for autism on a school based need. So, yeah, I said all that to say teaching was never my passion,
Mhm.
but it helped me find my passion. And for that, I'm grateful. Now,
Oh,
do I know what
period.
to
I
do
love
with that
that.
passion? No.
Listen, we gonna find something though, because you know us. We gonna open us
Listen,
up a center,
I
and we
know.
gonna figure it out.
That's it, because I truly believe God placed me in a classroom just enough, because I taught gen ed for 4 or 5 years. Then
Mhm.
I went to actually I started as a paraprofessional, which is an aide, for two
Mhm.
years. I taught gen ed and I was like, this sucks. I went to a special education
Can't
classroom.
stand these kids.
Listen, and I loved my kids, but I did not
Yeah.
love teaching the academic portion. I
Yeah.
loved getting to know my children on a regular. I didn't want to be
Yeah.
responsible for teaching them how to do things that they couldn't get academically. I
It
wanted
seems
to,
so regimented these days, especially with
yes,
like the state testing and stuff. I
it's so
imagine
much.
you have to teach to the test to make
Well,
sure they pass. I don't
they say
know.
that. They say that, but essentially everything on the test is what is on your curriculum. So
Ah, I
you
see.
better teach it. But yeah, that's it. But yeah, that's it. I want to know these children. I want to know what they're thinking about. Like what do
Yeah.
you get excited about? What I want to know the emotional part of it. I am not too interested in the academic part. And I think that's what my passion is. But that's how I found my passion. Well, that's how I touched on my passion, but we'll discuss later about how I feel directly about it. You tell me.
Okay.
Tell me your
So,
story.
like I was saying earlier, I was groomed into a certain path. I think the word groomed is still correct there, right? That's it.
Yeah. Groomed has a negative connotation to it,
I
but I think
know. I
that's
was
literally it.
influenced into a certain path. Let me
Yeah.
be very clear. Um, so it was medicine. My mom is a nurse. She's an LVN though. So that's like a 2-year associate's nurse. But she actually like worked her way up and was back in the day. She's a nurse for so long. She ended up like working her way up to like a I don't know, a high level position for like a chain of rehab facilities. But she used to tell me, like, do not be a nurse. Like, you're not going to be a nurse. You're going to be a doctor. And then I had a cousin that I really looked up to, and she used to say she was going to be a trauma surgeon. So I was like, Becky's going to be a trauma surgeon. I'm going to be a trauma surgeon. I didn't know the first thing about being a trauma surgeon. Then I actually nannied it was more like babysitting. They wanted me to be a nanny, but that's a whole nother story. Oh my gosh, we gotta get into that one day. Anyway, I was babysitting for an actual trauma surgeon. He was never
Oh,
at home. And then I was like, this is not the life that I want. And then as I grew older, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a pediatrician. Like, I really like kids. I don't necessarily I didn't really consider the teacher route because, again, it was like, you're going into medicine. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to be a pediatrician. I'm going to see my patients Monday through Friday, and then I'm going to go home. But then I learned, even if you're like a pediatrician at the office, you still got to go to medical school. And I was
yeah,
like, they stay up overnight. You gotta like be called in the middle of the night. And I like to sleep. When the sun goes down, my eyelids go down. Like, I can't
same.
stay up at night. So I was like, I don't want to live that lifestyle. So I entered college as a health science studies major, pre-med. And I hated it the whole time. I was like,
Oh,
this is so hard. Like, I took the classes, but I was just like not really feeling it. And then when I got to college, I went from like not having to study that much to having to study. And I was like, I don't know what this is. Like, and then
yeah.
I just was like, ugh, this does not feel great. And then after my first semester, well, towards the end of my first semester, I was like, I'm going to nursing school. I'm not doing this. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be the doctor. I want to be the nurse. I want to be the one to talk to you, build a relationship, and then you can go see the doctor after that. So I ended up switching my major to nursing. I did like a full semester's worth of catch up classes over the summer. Took like 16 hours over the summer because
Oh,
I was like, was it 16? Maybe 14. I was like,
uh-huh.
I'm going to graduate on time. So I switched to nursing, went to nursing school, and then I was a nurse. And while I was in nursing school, they used to always say, like, you have to start with med surge. And that's basically like a catch all, like
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of things in the adult world. And I was like, who? Not me. I literally told them, if I have to be a med surge nurse, I'm going to be unemployed because I'm not doing it. Because
Everybody says that on the TikToks. They're
no,
like, med surge is awful. Med surge is crazy. And I'm like, what is med
because
surge?
you get a lot of patients. It's like, okay, say you have a surgery and you're doing fine. You don't need to go to the ICU or like a specialty unit. Boom, you're going to go to the med surge unit to recover. Or you got pancreatitis, med surge, something else that's not like life threatening. You need to be on a ventilator. It's like a catch all for everything.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
So I was like, I'm going where the kids are because these are my people. I know how to talk to them. But people used to tell me like the hardest part with pediatrics is like the CPS cases and the families. It's not the kids. And that is true. Like, there's a lot of difficult things that occur in pediatrics, but I can't or couldn't imagine myself doing anything besides working with kids. So after nursing, I went back to NP school and now I'm a pediatric nurse practitioner. I really love what I do and I do feel passionate about it. However, I feel like I wasn't open to any other careers besides something in the medical field because, like I said, it had been ingrained into my head like, you're going into medicine, you're going to be a doctor. So I didn't even consider other things. But
Yeah.
now I think I wanted to do like journalism or something like that. I really like to write and I've been a writer for a really long time. I don't remember if y'all remember this, but in our first little snippet, I told y'all I wrote this poem for my teacher, and then I was published in the town's newspaper.
Yes.
So I have written a lot of stuff. It's just hasn't been put out to the world, and I don't know if it ever will be. But I like to write, and I wish I would have gone into journalism because one day I want to do like a TED talk. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but I'm gonna give a TED talk, and
Mm-hmm.
y'all are gonna listen. No, I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
playing.
We're gonna have shirts and all.
But yeah, I just didn't explore a lot of stuff besides the medical field or medicine. I
Yeah.
mean, I like medicine and I like science and I love working with kids. I've been like a babysitter. I was a tutor in college for like this underserved population at a school. Um, I don't know. I feel like you, I've worked a lot of places where kids were. So I
Right.
knew I wanted to do something with kids, but I think I stifled my passion, which was writing, because nobody ever told me, like, you can go get a career using writing. Like, there are
Right.
jobs out there that exist for people that write or for
Right.
journalists.
Right.
Maybe because they didn't know. I don't know. Or maybe they felt like it wasn't a lucrative career, or
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
for me, I don't have to work with kids. I'm okay with that working. I'm okay. I I wish, like, same as you, I wish I would have thought bigger, and I wish I would have been presented with bigger, or
Yeah.
presented with the I don't want to say presented with the option to think bigger, but just been pushed to think bigger. I
Yeah.
wish I was pushed to think bigger, because I have no doubt that I would be in either Atlanta or California, and I wasn't trying to be a big actor. I'm not an actor. I'm not a performer. I'm a behind
Mhm.
the scenes person, but
Yes.
I love the production aspect. I'm not a writer. I'm not none
I
of that.
literally feel like I could write you a show and you produce it.
Literally, I will stage, but even like Candy is currently doing Broadway productions. I would be
Oh
her
my
production
gosh.
manager.
Yes.
Yes, I would.
Absolutely.
You give me a play and let me bring it to life. Give me a
Yeah.
writing and let me bring it to life. That is
Mhm.
exactly what I know that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I sometimes I think about quitting and just figuring it out and
Like
doing it.
picking up, moving to LA and just
Yep.
figuring it out.
You know, there are some people like Ava DuVernay. She
Mhm.
didn't start until later in life. Like there's some
Yeah.
I there on TikTok. Here we go. On TikTok, there are people that go to law school at the age of 36, go to
Yeah.
medical school at the age of 38.
Yeah.
Like, I got time.
Yeah. I definitely feel like at some point I'm going to be writing something.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just like trying to find the balance of, I don't even know. I don't
Yeah.
want to say
You
doing
talk
well
about
in my career because I'm doing fine, but
mhm.
just like navigating my career and my passion, but also like trying to make sure I'm putting energy into the right places because my career pays the bills right now. I
Yeah.
don't have anything writing
Right. And
that's paying the
you
bills.
when you tell me about things that you want to do, I'm sorry, I keep wiping my eye. There's like, you know how like at the end of the day, your oily face
Oh
starts
my
getting in your
gosh.
tear ducts. It's literally the worst feeling in the world.
This is one of the reasons I don't wear makeup regularly because by the end of the day, my eyes feel like somebody lit a match to them.
Oh my gosh,
And
I'm
I
over here
can't,
fighting.
like, I can't live.
I'm fighting for my. You see me? I'm over here like blinking, like, what am I gonna do? I'm insane. But anywho, when you tell me about things that you are passionate about or want to do, there's I can think of 3 right now. Every single one of them have to do with some type of writing aspect. So I
Mhm.
have no doubt that your passion is writing, and that's probably
Mhm.
the second. If you were to live a second life, that's what you
Yes.
would be.
I would be writing a novel, a
Yeah.
series. No, I don't know if I'm a novel girly, but I would be writing something that y'all can read.
Yeah, yeah. I think, and to go back in our question, you mentioned earlier, like, did we get burnt out? With is our shift in thinking because we were burnt out in our because you haven't mentioned not wanting to do what you do. I, on the other hand, left the classroom. You sure did.
Nursing bedside was not for me. It
Mm-hmm.
was if I have to walk in here one more time, if somebody goes off on me one more time,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if they get mad at me for something the doctor did one more time, I'm gonna walk out.
But did you have any were there any highs of it? Were there any high points?
Oh, for sure. Usually when I was at work, I was fine.
Oh,
It's the drama, the drama.
the lows were low. Yeah, I think that's what it
Yeah.
is for me. I think the culmination of it all. Like, there were in the classroom. Yeah, okay, I made it through the day. I actually
Yeah.
I love those fifth graders. We were like Ace Boone Coon, you know, but I also did not want to go do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being in the classroom right now. My teacher friends are fighting for their lives.
And that's how my nursing friends are that are at the bedside. COVID rocked our world. Like, I was still at the bedside during COVID, and I remember saying out loud in front of some higher ups, they are sending us into these rooms. We don't know anything. They don't know anything, but we're just supposed to trust them that it's going to be okay. And then after that, the higher ups came around. We heard you guys have some concerns. Like, yes, we have some concerns. Like, there's this deadly disease, and you're telling us, like, oh, it's fine, reuse the mask. So, COVID definitely, I was already in school when COVID started, but I still had to work because, you know, money.
Life.
Yeah. But it was a turning point for me when I was like, I don't know if I can work for an institution in this capacity, because you just feel so disposable. It was also to the point where when people were not coming to the hospital, we would have to take PTO. So like literally we would have like 2 patients on the whole unit because people were scared to come in at first. So they would call us and be like, all right, well, we're going to use your PTO. You can stay at home. And so all this paid time off that you had worked for, because no one was coming to the hospital, they were basically like, you got to use your time so you can get paid.
That's crazy.
I don't know. It was just a lot of discovery during that time. So I was like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Something about working for the man too.
Yeah.
It don't sit all the way well with me.
Yes. Yeah. There was one point in my career where I thought I wanted to go into administration, and I actually I got my master's in administration. And I was still in the 5th grade. I was still teaching 5th grade, and I was like, I think I want to be a principal. Psych, LOL, take it back. Just kidding. I wish I would have known back then what I knew now.
Yeah.
And I would have went to school for school psychology, because now I'm like, I have this wasted master's degree that I'm not going to use. I don't even want to be in a school. I don't. I'm in a school, and the current position that I'm in now, it's the work. I am burnt out. That's what it is. I am burnt out.
Burnout is real.
Yes. If it was a manageable workload, then I would actually really like my job. Compliance is great. I love being organized. I love organizing things and making sure everything is how it's supposed. That's what I like to do. It's probably why I think I like video production, because it's just a big organized show that I just love playing Tetris with the pieces.
Yeah.
But when it's too much, and I'm pretty sure every single teacher that I talk to walking down the street would say the same thing. The workload.
Walking down the street.
Yeah, when we walking in New York, the workload is too much.
Yeah.
I don't work with kids face to face, but the kids, not all, but most, are too much. And children, the society that we currently live in, children are quick. They're trained to think fast. They don't have time to listen to you teach a lesson. They don't have time they don't want to think about it. Right. They don't care to think about it. They care to get it done so you can stop talking to them so they can get back to their iPads and tablets. They don't care to work for it. In general, they don't care. And I am generalizing most kids, but it's not. We know that it's not every single kid. There are kids out there that do care. But the most right now in this society, they don't care. And so teachers that are actually passionate about teaching and working toward making children productive citizens in society are bowing out of the profession because the kids and the workload is way too much.
It's a lot.
It's burning teachers out. And these are, and I mean, teachers that from the day they were born, no, that's a lot. From the age of 7 or 8 have wanted to be a teacher.
Like those 4,000 locks, huh?
You guys.
They were born with 4,000 locks and they knew they wanted to teach.
Yes. These people knew they wanted to be teachers. They became teachers. They have a passion for teaching, but
Yeah.
because of the way of the world in the public school system, and even maybe some private schools, I don't know, but in the public school system, it is buck wild and crazy out here.
Yeah.
And shout out to the teachers that are currently on the front line, trying to
Yeah.
make it through this school year and teach these children, because you have a passion for teaching,
Right.
even though there are half of 75% of your class probably doesn't care.
This is like very similar to what I hear from my nursing friends. Same thing. Like, I have a passion for nursing, but I don't have a passion for taking extra patients because we're short on the floor, or not getting help, or not getting relief because we are short staffed, or being yelled at or physically assaulted by family members or other crazy people. So I hear some definite similarities between nursing and the teacher profession. And like that front line that you mentioned is real, is very real. Like, I feel like teachers intercept a lot, as well as nurses. Like, the nurses don't come up with the plans or the treatment regimen, but we have to carry it out. So a lot of times, if somebody doesn't like it, they're going to take out that backlash against the nurse. So I feel that.
Right. And the parents. You're right. The parents, just like on your end in your pediatrics, the parents on your side, same in the classroom, and we know.
Yeah.
But it's not all parents care.
Yeah.
Not all parents. Some parents care that their child can't go play AAU basketball or football because of their, some parents don't care about the grades.
Yeah.
They're not worried about that piece. They're worried about their kid being successful on the field.
That's true.
So that's the sad thing, is like, why are you not worried about the academics of this child?
Like, your son can't read.
Literally in the 8th grade.
What are you talking about?
In the 7th or 8th grade, is on a level 1, first grade reading level.
And it's true. Like, it's very true, but people don't, I don't know. Maybe they don't take it seriously. I don't know.
I think it's the society we live in. And I think, I don't know. I know that our teachers are, they're fighting for their lives, and I see them every day. I work in a school and our teachers are really struggling, and I so feel for them. But I kudos to the teachers that are still in the fight, and the teachers that still are happy with what they're doing with kids every day and are enjoying this profession, because kids need teachers that love them first before they need teachers to teach them.
A reading tutor. She's an older lady. We see her on Saturdays, and she also teaches still in the classroom. She got to be in her like 60s.
That's
easily.
A passion. She's got a passion for it.
And you know what? Some days my son will show up with shenanigans. And what I mean by shenanigans, it can mean anything. But on most of the days, it's like, I don't want to do this. I already know how to read. Why I got to go over here? And I'm just like, first of all, you get the privilege of having a tutor, because everybody doesn't have that. And then she will get him right together. She looks like us. And she will be like, listen, you need to learn. I don't care if you do know how to read. You can always improve, as we all can. And he does not like that she will get him together. And I'm just like, we need teachers like that, though, because I'm sure she is past retirement age. I don't even know what the retirement age of a teacher is. Is it the same as like
62? Well, if she's currently 60, she is on a different tier than I am, so she's probably able to retire by now.
I'm sure of it, because she's amazing, but she's not a spring chicken.
And we need those. We need those for sure. Those types of teachers for sure are, because they've got the passion and the patience. Because
the patience is otherworldly. Because when I be like,
So okay, so just to circle back to, did we cover all portions of our topic? Did we cover? We discussed our passion. What we thought was our like, what is the root of our passion? What's the root of your passion, Mariah?
I don't know.
That's crazy. I never say your name.
That
was crazy.
When you said that, I was like, oh, it's
was
like
like
when
getting
Austin
deep.
calls me Mariah, I'm like, what?
Who?
Oh, he got my first name?
Not me thinking it through on live. I was like, what I
Is that
said?
her name? Is
But
that you?
what is the root of your passion?
You know what? I've never thought about it until you just asked me in this moment. But
Oh.
I think it, the writing part probably has to do with being able to express myself. I've always thought that I was a better writer as opposed to like being a good speaker. I don't think I'm a bad speaker. I just think it's so much easier to write. Like I can write you an email, I can write you a letter, but
I
I think it
wish.
has to do with being able to What did you say?
I said I wish. I am a horrible. I say what I need to say in one sentence, and I be maybe two
Yes.
sentences, and I'm done. Yeah.
No.
No, the book
Thank you.
didn't. It. No, I found my answer
I'm
in
done.
paragraph. Literally, I am so
The
jealous of the
teacher be like,
writers.
elaborate, Elise. The dog. The
I
dog
said what
what?
I
The
said.
dog ran. The dog
That's
ran where? The dog ran home.
literally. I'm so jealous of the writers. Ah.
But I think it has to do with like I didn't necessarily come from a household where like expressing yourself was celebrated. It was more so
Mm-hmm.
like you better get it together and do as I
Mm-hmm.
say and stop all that crying. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was like an outlet for me. Like I can write my feelings. I don't remember journaling a ton as a kid, and I wasn't that like my daughter. She'll journal when she gets mad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember doing that, but maybe I did. But I think that's where it stems from, like just being able to express myself through words, and I don't know. Maybe that's
That
what
is
it
such a good
is.
thing to have. I think for me, my passion roots in, I honestly have no idea why I connected so much. Because, in schools, you have GT students, you have students that are on level. I have a
Mhm.
friend who prefers GT students because she prefers to, get them to think further into things.
Yeah.
I am like, no, I want to help the kid that can't get there, hasn't even been
Right.
able to get there yet. And
Yeah.
I don't know what that stems in. It probably stems in. I didn't struggle through school. I don't
Mhm.
remember. It probably stems through my experience in college where I had to actually figure it out, like start, like you said, studying. But I
Yeah.
never really felt like doing it. I didn't want to do it. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Does
do
anybody
school.
want to?
No, like some people just naturally thrive and have the
Yeah.
oomph to do it. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have some neurodivergency within
Mhm.
myself. So that's why I relate to these neurodivergent students, is because I'm pretty sure I have neurodivergency within me. And so I
Mhm.
just have a special relationship, and I form bonds with these students that just like y'all are people too, and you don't get
Yeah.
to let people treat you any kind of way just because you have this difference about you, especially students.
Advocacy.
Yes, literally that. The ones that they don't know, they have something to say, they just don't know how to say it. I'll say it
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
um
Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel it stirred up
yeah.
in me.
So yeah, I think that's what it is. I can think of two kids right now that I taught as in for 2 or 3 years, and now they're headed out of elementary school soon.
Mhm.
And I could even, whoa, what's happening here? Wait a minute.
I feel it
I
too.
could
I
I
feel
can
it.
get emotional just thinking about the amount of growth.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa. I need a tissue. But
Let
I
it
could get
out, sister.
emotional thinking about the amount of growth that these kids have made, and
Yeah.
people counted them out. Like
Yeah.
I have a kid that was in pre-K tearing up classrooms, and
Mhm.
yes, he's a handful right now, but the amount of growth that
Yeah.
he has made, and I just want them to be okay.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't have that.
Ah,
Wow.
someone's cutting onions.
Sorry. um, but yes, that is I think that's
Yeah.
my passion. I just want these
Yeah.
kids to have a chance to
Yeah.
be okay.
And that's
Whoa.
important because I said that I was going to share this later, and I'm not going to share the whole story now, but I'll share a
Mhm.
little bit of it. My son is I'm trying to figure out how to word it right. He's in
Yeah.
second grade. When he started second grade, he wasn't on his grade level. He was, I don't know how it works, like a few points below in
Mm-hmm.
reading. And we had like a parent teacher conference, and his teacher was like, you know what, we're going to do our best. We're probably not going to catch up this year, but we'll just do our best. And she was very dismissive. And I automatically went into like mama bear mode because I'm like,
Yep.
you are not about to put my little black son in this
Yeah.
box and tell me what he's not about to do. Like, you're counting him out before you even try to help him. It
Right.
could have been anything. It could have been, I say he was a COVID baby. Because while
That's
my daughter went to Montessori school, like for a
mhm.
long time, he had a break during COVID, and he was at home with my mom watching TV, like
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
we were just surviving at that point.
Right,
So
right.
I don't know if it's that. It could have been like over the summer, how you kind of fall back a little bit. And then I started to think, well, maybe there's something else that I'm missing. So let's dive into that. But the
Uh-huh.
fact that she was just like so dismissive, it just angered me to my soul. So, like, I get why you are emotional, and we need people like that because
Mm-hmm.
otherwise we are going to be counted out. And that's
Yeah.
not fair. Like, he's in second grade. Second grade.
Right. And give him a chance.
Yeah.
Give these kids, that's it. I think that's what it is. Give people a chance. Everybody
Yeah.
deserves a chance. And an equal chance at that, but we can get deeper. I would hate to take it there, but everybody deserves an equality.
The
Um
episode is
yeah,
coming. Get the
but
whole tissue
listen,
box ready because I'm going to be a mess, but it must be talked about.
yes, listen, I was looking down because I had to text my husband to come bring me a tissue. I'm over here fighting for my life.
Hey, Jared, come right now. Come up here.
But I guess that's how you know it's your passion.
Yeah.
You get into these spaces of, emotion.
Yeah.
But yes, I love that. And
I
unfortunately, people are burnt out and
yeah.
they feel like their passions shift over time. But essentially, I think the root of it all stays the same, whether you
Yeah.
stay a nurse or you stay a teacher or
Yeah.
the root of it stays.
I wonder if some of like I feel like I have a strong advocate spirit in me.
You do.
And I wonder if it stems from like
Ah.
personal experience. So I think I have a strong advocacy spirit in me because there were times I had to be advocated for. So I moved to a new school in fourth grade. It was predominantly white. I was like the only black girl in my class. And this sounds so crazy. I sat in the back of the classroom. I couldn't see. I wore glasses and I still couldn't see. And so my mom was asking the teacher, like, hey, I'm noticing her grades are going from like A's to B's, like, what's going
Mm-hmm.
on? And the teacher told her, like, you can't expect her to make all A's. And she was like, well, why not? She's made them this far.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, my mom didn't know that I was sitting at the back of the classroom. And I'm in fourth grade, so I don't think to tell her. And
Yeah.
so when I finally told her, I was like, I can't see the board. Like, I can't do the work because I don't know what's up there. And she was like, well,
Oh.
why didn't you say anything? And I did. Like, I told her I couldn't see. And
Yeah.
so it's just stuff like that. Like, I shouldn't have to tell my parent to tell my teacher to move me up because I can't see the board. Like, give me a fair shot. Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's just
give it.
unfortunate because she was like, oh, don't expect her to do well. You're not even giving me a chance to do well. Like, I can't even see.
Right,
So
right.
how
And
am
they
I
and
supposed to
she
even try?
right, and good teachers notice these things and they make
Yeah.
the adjustment before just saying you can't expect them to be. Unless this now, I have heard this statement before working in special education
Mm-hmm.
because not all students are A students.
Yeah.
Because their learning disabilities, some students are not going to be A students, and that's okay. They're
Right.
doing the best that they possibly
Right.
can as long as they're doing their
Mm-hmm.
best. But she don't even know you from
Yeah.
a can of paint.
In my
She don't know.
first year at the school, and she was just
Right.
like, oh, well,
Girl,
if you
I would
can't
have
make an A
drugged.
being blind, then you can't make an A.
That's
Like,
crazy. You would have heard that desk screeching across the floor to the front of the classroom.
yeah, I
Mm-mm.
definitely get the advocacy
Advocacy,
spirit
yeah.
from my mom. Like, there were definitely times and I feel like it always stemmed around education, but definitely times that I know that she advocated for me. So like I feel the same way. Like I'm always gonna advocate for my kids. I don't care where it is, who it's with.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yep.
that's my job. Like that's what I am called to do. And
Oh,
then also
absolutely.
like these are children. They don't always know what they need, and they don't always have the voice or the language to say like I'm struggling or whatever. So I'm going to be there, and I'm going to send
Always.
that email. I'm going to make that meeting. We're going to figure it out.
Tell them even when they're adults.
Period. Because
Because
yes,
I still be calling Jackie.
listen, I will be at that house so fast.
Married and all. Married and all. Mom.
That's definitely going to be me as a parent.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
where is my son?
Listen, actually, it's more so dad. They say I need a new filter. No, I'm just kidding. That's Jared's job now.
I need 4 tires at one time. What do I tell him?
I'm dead. But this was so good. This was so good. I think it's a great question because I know. Oh, I'm not even in the mic. I think this is so good. And I thought it was a great topic because I know that especially millennials right now, we are struggling in the careers that we chose based off of passion.
Yeah.
Because to be completely frank, I know I would not go into video production and try to make my way in California. I would go into finance where I know that I'm going to make enough money to survive.
Yes, because
and it shouldn't be that way.
The survival is up in the air at this point.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be like I have to forfeit my passion so that I can go live the life that I want to live. Why doesn't my passion pay me enough to live the life that I want to live?
Yeah.
Because teachers, really, we make chump change.
Man.
Chump change.
It's
and
not
it's
right.
not fair.
It's not.
That's a whole nother conversation, but it's really not fair with the amount of, and a lot of people, let me get on my soapbox. A lot of people say, yes, a lot of people say, well, they only work 9 months out the year. Teachers are working 24/7. I can tell you that just because teachers are at home in the summer, they're probably preparing for the next year by determining what they're gonna put in their classroom, shopping for things to put in their classroom, planning lesson plans over the summer. I know several teachers and I'm not a teacher, but I am on a school. I work till 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night sometimes. I am at work. I get to work on times most of the time, and then I stay.
With the cameras.
I stay. I'm at work like during star season. I'm at work till 7, 8 o'clock at night. 6, 7 at night. 6 o'clock the latest. 7 o'clock. So you give these teachers some credit that are working out, because teaching is not a job where you get to prep during the day.
Right.
You get a 45-minute conference period. You get a 30-minute lunch. Your 45-minute conference period is taken up most of the time by meetings. Why do I know? Because I schedule half of them. I'm scheduling teachers in meetings during their conference. Their conferences are spent talking to parents about children that don't know how to act. Their conferences are spent in PLCs. Their conferences are spent in meetings where they don't even get to prep. I tell people all the time, teaching is like you are writing a play, and the next day you're performing that play. And then again, you're doing it all over again, over and over again. Oof. You don't get to come back the next day and finish the production. Right. The production has to finish that day, and you have to prep and do it all over again the night before, because you can't do it during the day because you're in the middle of production.
Yeah.
You have to prep it again and do the production all over again, and you do it over and over and over again until the end of the year. Yeah. So stop saying that teachers only work 9 months a year. Yeah. No. When you add it up, it's all year and more. And now I will step off my soapbox.
Y'all are with our kids longer than we are.
Yes, we are. We are with these children more of the day than you are, because they're asleep at night.
And you know what? It takes them a good 27 minutes before I'm like, is it bedtime yet?
Yes. So pay these teachers more. I don't even need to get paid more, but pay these teachers more. I do need to get paid more. Retract that statement. But pay these teachers, pay these nurses. Nurses, y'all make pretty good money when y'all get certain places.
The soapbox has been passed. I am intercepting the soapbox now, and here I go on behalf of my nurses.
Stand up for the nurses.
I'm going to stand up. No, I'm just playing. No, but for real, nurses make a decent amount of money depending on where you live. However, I don't think they get paid as much as they should.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like they do a lot of work and they have to deal with a lot of moving pieces. And I don't think the compensation nor the benefits are enough. I don't know what enough looks like, to be honest, but I know what they're getting now is not it.
Yeah, I would agree. And I say that nursing and teaching are it's not I say, it is, it's the truth. Nursing and teaching are the two most important jobs. One of the let's say top 5, nursing and teaching are two in that top 5 most important jobs on this earth, because who's teaching these future doctors and future presidents and future politics, whatever,
Right.
and who's keeping these? Because doctors, yes, you're a doctor, you made the final decision, but the nurses are doing the hard work. The nurses are doing the floor work, and they're doing the back and forth, and they're, like you said, building relationships. They're doing the work. So I think nurses should get paid close to similar to doctors.
Period. They will not like this conversation, but
and they'll get over it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Oh man, that conversation was like multi-dimensional and like all kinds of turns, but they were great.
Yeah, and it makes me excited for the episodes that we have coming up. They're a surprise, but next month is a fun month.
I'm super excited for May.
Yeah.
I guess we can pivot into our wellness wave. This week, I just wanted to talk about massages, to be honest. So, because I got a massage today, actually. I worked half a day, and before I went to work, I got a massage. One of my friends, shout out to Tania, she has, I guess, like a subscription or a membership to Hand and Stone. I never been to Hand and Stone. And she had 3 more left before next week, I think. So she gifted me one and another one of our friends one, and then she took one for herself, which I thought was really nice because she could have just went like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, got a massage every day, because that sounds great to me.
Yeah.
But I went to Hand and Stone. I never been before. They were super nice. Check in, and that form that you have to fill out at the beginning was super easy. I feel like I've gone.
What is it, like a waiver?
Yeah, and like
okay.
What's your medical history, blah blah blah.
Okay.
But some of those forms I filled out before, I feel like I was writing a novel. I'm like, dang, why is this taking so long? But this one wasn't that bad. I filled it out on the iPad. And then the masseuse herself, I did not get her name, but she was amazing. It was a really easy experience. It was clean. I am big on cleanliness. It was clean and it felt great. I left feeling great. Not failing. I left feeling great.
Like a deep. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no.
Deep or like a.
It was a full body massage, but medium pressure.
Okay.
Because I feel like, and I'm not trying to be funny, when I go to the nail place and they do like a leg massage or whatever massage, I feel like they don't give me a full massage because they see, like, they look at me. I'm kind of petite. So like they won't go in on my massage. I need to feel it. So it feels like they be rubbing my legs.
LOL.
But I want my legs massaged, so I asked for medium pressure. And it was a lot because I think I have like like a shoulder something going on over here. And I definitely felt it. I was like, oh, it's like 18 knots in there.
Yeah.
But shout out to Hand and Stone. I had never been, but it was actually a really good massage. I love a Hotel Zaza massage.
Oh, I'm a South Post Oak. I'm a Post Oak hotel massage person.
So I'm not trying to be away, but you know, I like what I like. So I never been to Hand and Stone, but I was like, oh, okay, I could maybe get into this, you know.
Yes.
Budget friendly, and then I saved the Hotel Zaza for special occasions.
Listen, Jared gives me a Post Oak massage every year and for my birthday, and it's almost time. I'm so excited. That is the only thing that I want to do, and I'm looking forward to it. I go by myself.
Yes,
He
yes,
doesn't come. Stay home, please.
yes. Leave me alone.
It's such an amazing massages are. People don't talk about massages enough as a part of their self-care
Get
routine.
on
They
this
talk about
wellness wave,
nails.
y'all.
Yeah, talking about nails and pedicure and laser hair and waxing, but people don't
Yeah,
talk. Massages, I think, should be a part of your monthly
I
or bi-monthly
agree.
routine.
Yeah, honestly, if you get the subscription, I took a picture of it. I can't remember exactly the price, but I thought in my head like, oh, this is equivalent to like getting a mani and a pedi or whatever. So you do that one time a month,
Yeah,
you good. Because
it's
mani and
worth
pedi,
it.
you probably do that at least twice a month, I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah,
So, yes, our
I
wellness
love
wave this
that.
week is massages. And also, I'm looking at you, Austin.
LOL. I also get the side eye
I
every
want my
episode.
feet massaged every day because you want to eat every day.
Please
Massage my
give
feet
my
every
brother
day.
a break. Give my brother a break. God.
Never taking my foot off the gas. Ever.
I'm dead. What if he's waiting outside the door with a foot massage when he gets out?
The door
When
is
you get
open.
out of
He
here.
ain't here.
I'm screaming at that. Well, I love that. Now that makes me think, oh my gosh, should I go look into hand? We have a hand and stone around the corner. I should go
Yeah,
look into
there
it.
are hand and stones like in every city, on every corner
Right.
probably. You probably
It's like a
passed one.
massage envy.
Yes. I liked
Okay.
it better than Massage Envy though.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go look in tomorrow. Go take a look. You know, I
Yeah.
need to spend more money. So
I am done. And I'm moving on. I'm not gonna say one more thing.
all right. So then I'll take it from here and we'll enter into the feed frenzy zone.
I was gonna
Okay.
make a noise, but I wasn't sure where we were going.
We're going into it. Like imagine this. Imagine me announcing like a
Like the
sports
zone,
team or
zone,
something.
zone.
Yeah, period. Just that's literally it.
Okay, somebody edit that and make it better.
Yes. But there's several things that I want to talk about in the feed frenzy today. The first thing that I want to discuss is, and this is a politic thing that I typically wouldn't bring to the pod. No, let me not
Not
lie.
these politics.
I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring the politics to the pod, but this one is regarding Cory Booker and his 24-hour filibuster on the floor. I am so proud.
Listen, sister. When
What
I
are your
tell you I
thoughts?
was watching the clips just bawling, like,
Yes.
what is wrong with me?
Yes, and in the group chat, my family group chat was going back, and we were talking about like he's still up there, y'all. He's still up there, you know.
Advocacy.
And literally, that's our theme word of this episode. Yes, he was up there, and people say, "What was he talking about?" He was literally talking about every single issue happening in our world today, in our society.
I said don't matter. I didn't mean don't matter. I meant like he was holding the floor.
Exactly.
Regardless of what he was talking about, he was actually bringing up amazing things that we needed to talk about. But my point was he was holding the floor for over how long was it actually?
It was 24 hours that he said, and I was listening to somebody talk about how he prepared. I don't know what the actual number was, but he beat the record of what's that man's name who did
the racist man. We don't even need to know his name.
Yeah, I agree. He shouldn't be spoken of.
Yes.
But Cory, someone talked about how Cory said that he put his body in a dehydration mode before coming on the floor, so that because he did not stop.
No, because he couldn't
pee,
which is insane to me. Like
yes, so he prepped for this for probably a year. I mean, a month. I don't know, but he prepped for this
4,000
to do. I know, and then he like I'm in awe of seeing this in our current. Like this sounds like something that happened, decades ago. Not something that happens in our current 2025 chaotic year.
It takes courage for sure, because I don't think, first of all, many people would have gotten up there. It's probably like a very toxic climate wherever they are. I can only imagine. And then just to have the audacity, it's the audacity for me. Like, he had the audacity to get up there and be like, I'm not stopping till I'm done.
I got time today and
yes.
tomorrow.
And he had his notes. He had everything together. He could have been up there singing ABCD, Kumbaya. He came with business and he was ready.
He was on it. He was not playing with these people. And I mean, he made point after point after point. I don't want to get into the points that he made, because we know exactly what points he made.
Yes.
If you know what's happening in our country today, you know what points he made.
Yes.
And he made him every single one that he needed to step foot on.
Exactly.
And I think it's such a feat. And it's one thing that I'm happy to say that I live to see, because there's a list of things that I would gladly not have to live through.
Erase it.
Yeah, but his is one thing that I am excited that I got to see. I'm going to add it to the list of seeing the first Black president.
Period.
Being alive with the first Black president. Huh?
Did you go to the when Obama?
No, I'm saying like being alive during the first Black presidency is something I see, because we've got millennials have trauma. We've got 9/11. We've got a pandemic. We've got recessions. We've got, like, can we get a break? Can we get a break? No, apparently not. Shoot.
Amen. Because tell him again. And now they wonder why our mental health is all over the place.
All over the place. Y'all blame.
And on top of that, we don't even know if we can afford to live in 20 years.
Exactly. They blamed everything on millennials for decades. Those millennials. The millennials are just fighting for their lives.
Literally fighting, drowning, coming up for air, going back under.
That's it. That's it, sister. Man, that's a whole nother episode. We just be coming up with episode topics off the fly in the pod. The sister suite is on fire today.
Shout out to Cory Booker, because you booked yourself on up there on that stage and you held it.
Yes.
And you claimed all your time, and we
sure did. And there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. There's this super funny. Did you watch it? No,
I did not get it, sister.
It's okay. There's one.
I need to know.
Oh, I maybe didn't. I sent it from my own account. No.
Oh, it's on the TikTok. I thought you were gonna text it to me.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It is on the TikTok.
I'm gonna look while you tell the people.
Play it in your mic. Okay. Actually, show the video to the screen.
Okay, let me find it. Share the video.
It is so stupid, but it's so funny to me.
Can you hear it?
Yeah. Okay, read what it says.
Okay, now I got it.
But wait, there are so many people doing this because that's what they used to do, and it's the perfect sound bit. So this is a little trend on TikTok where they're saying like how in the 90s sitcoms people used to be so dramatic in their what was the example in that one, Mariah? Read what it says.
Black sitcoms when it changed to a different one. It said when you see your friends ditch you for the popular kids. And then there's one that our friend did. It says black sitcom when she fell asleep on your movie night plan.
I think it's so funny because it is so true. That is what happens in the black sitcom. They walk up and they're all excited, and then they're like, and they just walk away with their head down, shaking. I think it's so funny. So yes, the disappointment is what's so. And then there was one where they walked up and they were trying to see if they made the basketball team, but they didn't. So then they put their head down and they're like, just walk off. It's so funny. So please, y'all, go watch all these videos on the TikTok.
That's why black sitcoms were top tier, though. The drama, the dramatics,
the
you
acting.
felt something.
Yes. and that one teardrop. That's what we need to see. So that is such a funny trend to me. So if y'all can go find those videos on TikTok and watch them and laugh with me, please, because I think I was
Yes.
cracking up last night just
I'm sure
scrolling
you went
through.
down a rabbit hole and
I
didn't come
did.
out.
I did, sister. All right.
Oh,
Well,
man.
this has been an amazing episode. This might be one of our top episodes out of the 8 that we've done.
I think that every time. So, yep, it sure is.
So this has been such a great episode. We've talked about some passions and some fun stuff, some ups and downs. I cried, which is whoa, like girl, get it together.
It's okay.
But this okay.
It's usually my role, Elise. Give me my tears back.
I know, like what's going on. It shocked me, but it's a part of life.
Yes.
But yes, thank y'all so much for watching.
Yes, we appreciate y'all so much.
Yeah, watching or listening, depending on
true.
what site you're on. But we appreciate you, and we want you to always remember, sometimes we rock it.
And sometimes we get rocked. Because
but either way,
we rocking. Thank you so much for watching our podcast. This episode and every episode is produced by Elise and Mariah.
Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, where you can watch our full episode at the Sister Series Podcast.
Also, follow us on socials, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Sister Series Podcast.
See you next time.